chills down your spine. This was Tuesday night. Police now investigating. Just listen to a few seconds of what this camera picked up. Now, this was a Ring camera, doorbell camera, that recorded the screams, and you can see the residents came out of the home. There was a vehicle seen fleeing this scene. They tried to follow it. They believe it was a hatchback, and the hatch was open, and they believe the cries were coming from that vehicle. Police were also called to the scene. An extensive investigation was conducted, but so far they can't find a victim. They have no reports of anybody missing. But as you can imagine, those cries have left this neighborhood shaken.
I'm bothered, and I'm rarely bothered. I'm all shook up. I'm shaking now. I'm just talking about it. Like her screams, I can't forget it. I can't forget it. Like, I can't forget it.
Now, this was all in the 3800 block of 3rd Avenue here in Leimert Park. Anybody who may have heard the screams or saw something, perhaps the vehicle, you need to contact LAPD. They certainly could use help in this case because as of right now, they don't have a victim, just a big mystery on their hands.
It's a resident here describing the suspect, saying he was hurting and he just didn't know how to ask for help. And that's so...
What's up, folkers? Snap Turtle, aka Snapzilla Gorilla, aka The Definition, coming at y'all with a quick video. What you just heard was a woman screaming out of a vehicle. People believe that she was kidnapped. You heard the story. This happened in LA, Leimert Park, as a matter of fact. And I'm very familiar with the area. I grew up around here. This is in California where you can't carry a gun on you when you're outside. In order to get a permit to carry, you got to jump through all kind of hoops. And even if you do qualify to carry, they don't have to give you a permit to carry firearms. Basically, you're going to ask for permission from daddy government to carry a firearm, right? A personal protective device. And the government can decide not to grant you that right, not to give you that permission. Well, what you just saw, or what you just heard, is what can happen if you're a woman and you're unable to carry a firearm, and you live somewhere like Los Angeles, where it's really close to the border, all right? Really close to the border. A lot of Mexican border. A lot of sex trafficking goes on south of the border. A lot of people get snatched up north of the border, and they get taken south of the border, where they're sold into slavery. This can happen to your children. This can happen to your wife. This can happen to any woman you love. And in a place like California, these traffickers, oh, they love California laws. They love the fact that we are unable to carry firearms legally, okay? So they can pretty much do whatever they want because they know they're not going to follow the law. So they can snatch a woman off the street. If that woman were able to carry a firearm, carry a handgun in her bag, and if she trained to use that firearm, if she trained to get herself out of certain scenarios, just like this one, where she's quick to draw and quick to pull the trigger on the target that's trying to hurt her or take her, if that woman were able to do that, this probably would never have happened. That firearm is the great equalizer. It levels the playing field for a woman, for weaker people, for people who are vulnerable to much stronger attackers. Man. And this is why I say I got to get the hell out of California, because if my wife goes out, matter of fact, never mind. Let's just say my wife is vulnerable to the same type of attack, and she would be left a victim because she's unable to carry a firearm. And they continue to pass laws out here that place more and more restrictions on your right to keep and bear arms. And this is a result of that. What happened to that woman, those screams you heard, is a result of California lawmakers making it impossible for a woman to defend herself by any means necessary. And when I say any means necessary, I say if a man tries to snatch you up, women, and you have something on you, by any means necessary, blow their head off. You know what I'm saying? You should be allowed to do that because you're under attack. You don't know what that person's going to do. That firearm is the great equalizer. That firearm is going to protect you. You train, you buy that firearm, you train in the use of that firearm and the safety, and you train yourself through multiple scenarios because you never know what's going to happen. It can happen just like that. Somebody can snatch you or your kids up. What happens if somebody comes up and tries to take your kid? What you going to do then? You can't reach in your bag and pull out a heater because you're in California and you're not legally allowed to carry a firearm. So what you going to do? I'm going to tell you what most people in California, they're going to create more laws to further restrict our right to keep and bear arms and thereby make our women more and more vulnerable, more and more victimized. And this is what we're living with. This is what we're going to deal with. This is what we're going to allow as a people, as a free people who are supposed to be free. Actually, you know, we're not really free because we have government functionaries telling us what we can and can't do and how we're supposed to do it. We got street pirates in black and white vehicles with light bars on top harassing us. They don't give a fuck about a criminal. They want to collect money for the state government, for the city government, for the local government. I want you to think about that scream you heard. And if you live in California and you're part of the group of people that think we shouldn't have firearms, I want you to think about that scream as that woman is being carted away to God knows where. If only she had a personal protective device. If only she had a pistol that she could pull out and handle her business with to save her own life. I want y'all to think about that. Now, I pray that, you know, she finds her way out of it okay. I heard that there's rumors going around that she might have gotten out, but who knows? Who knows? No one's confirming anything. And guess what? The police showed up minutes away. Minutes later. By the time the police show up, it's too late. She's already being driven off. By the time she screams, it's too late. By the time the cops get there, they're getting all these different accounts from multiple witnesses. That's not going to help. Anyway, I'll let y'all later.